Hello and a very warm welcome back to my dear listeners. This is your host Sharmishta back with the final episode number 11 of The Strange Murders. Kiriti watched as she hurried down the street and disappeared into the darkness. He turned and walked back to his car. The next morning, accompanied by the police, Kiriti reached the Chaudhary house. An astonished Krishna opened the door. Kiriti stepped in. Krishna stood stock still staring at Kiriti and the police inside the house. Sanjeev Chaudhary wheeled himself into the room. Yes, who are you and why are the police here? I am Kiriti Rai and I am investigating the murder of Norin Mullik. So why are you here, Mr. Kiriti Rai? You have come to the wrong house? No, Mr. Chaudhary, this is the right house. And we have come to arrest your younger daughter, Kaveri, for the cold-blooded murder of Norin Mullik. What? Are you out of your mind, Mr. whatever your name is? You are simply putting across a wrong accusation. Kaveri, in the meanwhile, had entered the living room and was quietly standing in a corner. Her father turned to her. Kaveri, my child, don't pay attention to this insane detective. He's accusing you wrongly. But, Baba, he's right. I killed Norin Mullik. Nonsense, Kaveri. You did not. Listen, Mr. Detective. It's me who murdered Norin Mullik. And you can arrest me. Krishna jumped in. Baba, don't take the blame. It was I who murdered Norin Mullik. Kiriti clapped slowly. Wonderful. Each one taking the blame. Mr. Chaudhary, yours is a lie. You are an invalid, so murdering Norin Mullik is impossible for you. As for you, Krishna, you really don't have any motive for the murder. But your sister does have one. She has a motive, Kiriti Babu? What do you mean? Jealousy, the biggest motive in this murder. She was jealous of you. Jealous of me? But why should Kaveri be jealous of me? Norin Mullik was in love with you, Krishna, but Kaveri loved him. She could not tolerate that. Hence, what nonsense! First, Kaveri would never do something like that. And second, I didn't love Norin Mullik. Whether he did or not is not my problem. Didi, I did. Yes, I was jealous and I killed him. Quiet, Kaveri, Sanjeev Chaudhary said sharply. Stop taking the blame. Mr. Detective, neither of my daughters is guilty. Arrest me. I killed him. Someone touched Kiriti's shoulder lightly. He turned around. It was Shudeep. Kiriti, there's a letter for you from Binita. We had gone to her house. It was locked. Her landlord gave us this letter. Kiriti took the letter and opened it. Dear Kiriti Babu, by the time you get this letter, I would be gone far away. But yes, today I have a small joy to hold on to. The joy of fulfilling a duty as a mother. The other night, I had seen the look of recognition on your face. I have little doubt now that you know who I am. Kiriti smiled to himself. Binita's eyes had held his attention. They were exactly like Krishna's and Kaveri's. He continued reading. Yes, I am the unfortunate mother of Krishna and Kaveri. My name is Koruna. But Kiriti Babu, you need to know why Koruna became Binita. This story began 22 years ago. I was the wayward wife, given to parties, friends, drinking, and Shonjib hated me for it. Eventually, he abandoned me and left, taking my 2 daughters with him. But that did not put a stop to my wayward lifestyle. At that time, I met Norin Mullik at a party. Young, handsome, and dashing. We were attracted to each other. But Norin Mullik was a wolf in sheep's clothing. He used me and took advantage of my greatest need then, money. He was rich and I was shameless where money was concerned. But I loved him too. The biggest irony is that he never did. I was desperate to marry him, but he kept putting it off. When I threatened him, he arranged an accident to happen to me. My life was saved, but my face was destroyed. The kind doctor who had saved my life was a Burmese. After I recovered, he took me with him to Burma, where I got my face restructured. I decided not to return to Calcutta. The doctor had a friend in Burma, a Pathan, Asif Ali, who had business connections in Calcutta, and through him I kept a tab on Norin Mullik. Strange are the ways of fate, Kiriti Babu. Norin Mullik decided to set up business in Burma. But I never met him while he was there. I didn't want to. And to top it all, he became a business associate with Asif Ali. And then suddenly, after a few years in Burma, he disappeared. Asif Ali tracked him to Calcutta. He had stolen a diamond of great value from Asif. It was at that time when I decided to return to Calcutta. I took up a job as his secretary. I needed to be close to him all the time. I needed an opportunity to strike. And then I saw Krishna and Kabiri at his house. Separately, of course. It was the day I followed Krishna home that I realized who they were. And then, that monster Norin Mullik, I could see that he was playing around with my daughters. I confronted him and revealed my identity and warned him to stay away from my daughters. He didn't listen. I had to stop him. Stop him from destroying my children's lives, just like he had destroyed mine. And I gave him death, stabbed him with his own dagger. That's the least I could do for Krishna and Kabiri. Thank you, Kiriti Babu, for reading my letter patiently. My daughters are innocent. Tell them I love them. Goodbye. The letter was signed Koruna. Kiriti looked at the two sisters. Both of you already know who Binika was, but your father doesn't. He handed the letter to Shonjib Chaudhary. Mr. Chaudhary, perhaps this will make you hate your wife a little less. End of another story. I shall be back soon with a new one. New adventures to tell. Till then.